take a look at my LinkedIn or my published paper, Austerity, I feel like the perfect poster child for AI for good. I'm a 21-year-old CS graduate. I'm currently starting my master's, and I currently work on building models for predicting bone diseases, sepsis, just healthcare. And if you ask me why I'm actually specializing in AI for healthcare, it's not because I think AI is going to magically save the world. I definitely disagree. But it's because I think a lot of health AI is just a cover for profit maximization. I'm specializing in this field not because I trust the industry, but because I don't. And I would like to talk to you guys about the uncomfortable truth of medical AI. Growing up, my mother worked as a financial auditor in Nigeria. She used to work for government hospitals, and she used to take me on trips where we used to go to these hospitals, just like examine the state, what they spend their money on. And it did kind of radicalize me as a 7, 8 year old. She saw how healthcare's bleed money. For example, the government budgets this amount of money for this hospital. You go there 10 months later, nothing was bought. And it gave me a different perspective from general CS students, because I imagine Silicon Valley people or just generally tech people, they say, okay, I want to build models, I want to do amazing things, predict sepsis, it detects sepsis 4 hours earlier before people die, blah, blah, blah. But when a hospital administrator looks at it from their angle, it's more like, okay, if I have a model that helps me to predict how people react to drugs, how people react to different things in the hospital, it allows me to save cost. I'm able to save bed cost. I'm also able to save other facilities. For example, I'm able to optimize the limited resources I have. So this is the alignment problem nobody really thinks about. It's not about just AI hallucinating and all of that, but how do you optimize the right objective function? What exactly should we be optimizing in medical AI? If we build systems that prioritize efficiency over empathy, we're building wrong care. I'm currently working on a sepsis prediction model for a class I'm taking. I'm comparing established clinical rules, for example, SIRS or the Phoenix model against machine learning models. And here's the scary part. A black box neural model might give a higher accuracy on a cargo leaderboard, but is it explainable? Why is it higher? Why is it better? We do need transparent systems, and it's probably why we haven't been able to properly migrate from the clinical rule-based systems to proper ML systems, because both the clinicians need to trust what we bring in, and the patients also, because the patient might be okay, why do you make this decision on my health? They do have a right to question that. And it's why I'm obsessed with concepts like fuzzy logic, interpretability. When people hear fuzzy logic, they're oh, that old thing. But because in medicine, maybe is a valid answer. Everything is not just a yes or no. For example, why do I have a cough today? Maybe it's because I went out in the rain. I know that's not probably correct, but not everything is black and white. So if an AI tells a doctor, okay, this person has an accident, amputate their leg, why? Isn't there a maybe? It's not really intelligent. So to some extent, AI can be a liability, and we want to avoid that. So there's a lot of status anxiety in computer science right now. Everybody wants to work at the big labs. Everyone to feel like they're contributing to actual new developments, AI in everything, needed or not. So, and AI for good is now a great brand. It's a good way to feel better, oh my God, yeah, I'm contributing to solving cancer, fixing the world, climate change, all of that, even though the underlying algorithms are still the same. So I'm asking myself, now I do love medical ML. I want to be a medical AI researcher, but why do I want to do it? It's boring. To some extent, there's not a lot of money in this medical sector. So what exactly is my objective function? So why am I still here? Because algorithms are coming, whether we like it or not. Everything is going to be digitized, optimized. So when people like me, who are slight optimistic skeptics, worry about bias, safety, and who understand the financial incentives, when they leave the room, then the only people left building the systems are the people who only care about the stock price, So I'm specializing in medical AI to kind of be the bridge, because I think of it this way. Let's say you have a model that's able to save time, optimize your resources. How do you actually put this in production? What is your aim? Is your aim to be able to save money? When you say saving cost, where does the cost come in? Bed prices. And when you have to integrate these models, who pays for it? The patient or the hospital? How do they make a profit? So when you have people who are only thinking about these costs, sometimes we might not be able to solve exactly what we want. So if you want to see what that actually looks like, the math, the code, and the ethics, I'm going to be documenting my master's journey here. I'm building a 2026 planner to keep myself organized and code throughout the holidays, so I'll probably share that later. I'm Zainab. See you in the next one.